RiRi cries uncontrollably after ASAP Rocky confesses. The room was silent, too silent. Not the kind of silence that feels peaceful, but the kind that presses against your chest, making it hard to breathe. Rihanna stood near the window of their Los Angeles home, her arms folded tightly as if she was holding herself together. Outside, the city lights flickered like distant stars, but tonight, they felt cold. Empty. Behind her, ASAP Rocky sat on the edge of the couch, his head low, fingers locked together. He had rehearsed this moment in his mind 100 times, but now that it was here, the words felt heavier than ever. He started, his voice barely above a whisper. She didn't turn. That alone told him everything. I need you to look at me, he added, more firmly this time. Slowly, painfully slowly. Rihanna turned around. Her eyes were already glossy. Just say it, she said. Don't sugarcoat anything. That hit him harder than he expected. Because she already knew. Or at least, she felt it. Rocky stood up, pacing once, twice, then stopped right in front of her. I've been holding something back, he admitted. For a while now. Her lips trembled slightly. How long? She asked. He hesitated. And that hesitation. That was the moment everything broke. How long, Rocky? She repeated, her voice cracking. Months. The word echoed like a gunshot. Rihanna's face changed instantly, shock, hurt, disbelief, all colliding at once. She stepped back as if the truth itself had physically pushed her. Months, she whispered. You've been lying to me for months. I wasn't trying to hurt you, he rushed to explain. I just didn't know how to. Tell you. Tell me what? She exploded. Her voice filled the room, raw and unfiltered. Rocky swallowed hard. There's something I've been dealing with, something I didn't want you to carry with me, he said. Pressure, decisions, things about my career, about us, about everything changing so fast. Rihanna's brows furrowed, confusion mixing with pain. Stop talking in circles, she said. Just tell me the truth. He looked her straight in the eyes now. I've been scared, he confessed. Scared that I'm not enough, not for you, not for the life we're building. And instead of telling you, I shut down. I kept things from you. I started making decisions without you. That wasn't what she expected. But somehow, it hurt just as much. You didn't trust me, she said softly. That's not it. No, she cut him off. That's exactly it. You didn't trust me enough to let me in. Her voice dropped to almost nothing. And that's worse than anything else. The tears came then. Not slowly. Not quietly. They came all at once. Rihanna turned away again, but this time, she couldn't hide it. Her shoulders shook. Her breath broke. And then, she cried. Uncontrollably. The kind of crying that comes from deep inside, from a place you can't reach with logic or explanations. Rocky froze. He had imagined this moment, but not like this. Not her like this. Please, he stepped forward, but stopped himself halfway. I didn't mean for it to go this far. She laughed through tears, a broken, painful sound. It already did, she said. You don't get to decide how far it goes after the damage is done. That silence returned. But this time, it was louder. He finally closed the distance, cautiously. I love you, he said, his voice trembling now. Everything I did wrong came from fear, not from not loving you. Rihanna wiped her tears, but they kept falling. Love isn't supposed to feel like this, she said. It's not supposed to make me question where I stand in your life. You don't have to question it, he insisted. You are my life. Then why did you shut me out? She shot back. He had no answer. And that said everything. Minutes passed. Or maybe it was seconds. Time didn't matter anymore. Rihanna finally sat down, her energy drained, her eyes red and swollen. Rocky remained standing, unsure if he deserved to sit beside her. "I needed you," she said quietly. "Not the perfect version of you. Not the strong version. Just, you." That broke him. "I didn't think you'd understand," he admitted. She shook her head slowly. "You didn't even give me the chance." Another tear slid down her cheek. This one slower. Heavier. "So what now?" she asked. That question hung in the air. Because for the first time, they didn't have an immediate answer. Rocky sat down across from her, leaving space, but not distance. "I'll do whatever it takes to fix this," he said. "Even if it takes time. Even if you're not ready to forgive me." Rihanna looked at him, really looked at him. Not as the artist. Not as the father of her children. But as the man who had just broken her heart, and was now trying to put it back together. "You don't fix this with words," she said. "You fix it with consistency." He nodded. "I know." Another silence. But this one felt different. Still. Fragile. Still painful. But not completely hopeless. Rihanna leaned back, closing her eyes for a moment. Her tears had slowed, but the emotion was still there, sitting heavy in her chest. "I need time," she said finally. Rocky nodded again, this time more firmly. "I'll give you all the time you need." And for once, he meant it without hesitation. Because this confession, this moment, had changed everything. And as Rihanna sat there, quietly gathering herself after crying uncontrollably, one thing was clear. Love was still there. But now, it had to fight to survive. RiRi cries uncontrollably after ASAP Rocky confesses. The night had started like any other, quiet, almost too quiet for a couple whose lives were constantly under the spotlight. Inside their luxurious Los Angeles home, the atmosphere felt heavy, like something unspoken had been lingering in the air for days, maybe even weeks. Rihanna, known to the world as RiRi, sat by the floor-to-ceiling window, her silhouette outlined against the city lights. Her phone lay untouched beside her, notifications lighting up the screen, but she didn't move. For once, the global icon wasn't thinking about business deals, fashion lines, or chart-topping hits. She was thinking about him. ASAP Rocky had been distant lately. Not in the obvious way, he still showed up, still